Hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today we are going on a trip to Americus, Georgia, a beautiful historic town in Georgia with a lovely, lovely 100-plus-year-old hotel called the WINDSOR. Do you see this lovely lady here?
Lovely.
The effervescent Coach Vic.
Hello.
So, are you going with me?
Nope. I want to go, but we have to do swim, or I have to do swim.
No, you don't. She don't have to.
I don't really. Yes, I do. All right, then I'll just go pack my bag and we'll go.
Okay. Want me to help you pack?
No, I have to go to swim.
Coach Vic has made her choice, and I understand.
But I'll be on another trip here soon.
Okay, and that would be where?
Probably DeLand.
All right, the DeLand Spyder Rally. So if you're up in the air, Coach Vic and I are going to be there, but mainly Coach Vic's going to be there. She's the star of the show.
No, I'm not.
It's going to be a great day today. I'm looking forward to a beautiful ride. It's warm. It's already in the mid-80s. It's going to be in the 90s for the ride, I think, once we get moving. It was nice and cool this morning, though, and tomorrow morning, if I head back, it's going to be a cool day tomorrow in the morning. So if I'm on the road by 9, 10 in the morning, it should be nice and cool. That way you don't have to, that way you don't miss me. I won't be gone too long.
Yeah, not too long.
She's like, stay another day, stay another day. All right, well, let's load this machine up, and I'm going to get on the road. What do you think?
All right.
All right, well, we are on the road. Man, what a beautiful ride it has been. It's going to be a short ride today. I say short. I guess that depends on how you view short or long rides. This is a little over 2 hours, about 2 hours and 15 minutes to 2.5 hours, depending on traffic. There's one city that we have to go through, and that is beautiful Albany, Georgia. We're going to be going through, a lot of other towns. But those towns will be small. We'll definitely make sure you get to see those. South Georgia is very, very pretty this time of year. You can see, man, we're in North Florida still. This is my normal riding space here, I will call it. Down Miccosukee Road and Moccasin Gap and Tallahassee. These are beautiful riding areas around here. Just spectacular ride. It was funny, this morning, the temperature was 58. I went to the chiropractor this morning, and the 58 degrees outside. I was like, wow, it's brisk, And then the Spyder sat in the driveway. I got it out this morning, wiped it down, and the temperature gauge, obviously the Spyder was sitting in the sun, was 100 degrees. It's showing 88 right now as I'm riding through the shade. So is it going to be a hot day? It is. It's gonna be, sitting at red lights, it'll be over 100 degrees, but it's not going to be, again, being the ride's not too long, it's pretty easy. I got plenty of water. Life's good. The only way it could be better if I had Coach Vic or Pearson with me, but the hotel, like I said, it's one of those antique, old, it's one of those historic hotels. They allow, like true ADA dogs, which Pearson is not. She's good for me, all that stuff, but she's not an ADA. She's not like a guide dog or anything like that. So I try to abide by the rules as much as I possibly can. Every time I go on a trip like this, all I can do is think about how wonderful it is just to be able to get out and ride. The freedom that we have in this beautiful country. I don't want you to take it for granted. The world's a crazy place, and people can be a little strange at times. Let's stick together and love each other and work hard and be honest and enjoy our ride. All right. Well, enough of my babbling. Let's put in a few miles. Welcome to Metcalf. It's not much more than a lumber mill, but it's beautiful. As with anything in life, it takes a little while for the voices to stop, right? Things get crazy in your life, and all of a sudden you find yourself thinking a little too much. And there's something beautiful about a motorcycle ride where you just get out on it and the voices stop. It takes a little while, though. So don't get impatient with yourself. Get out there, you get moving, and it takes some time for you to just get in that mode. We're on the northwest side of Thomasville, Georgia. If we continued straight here, for those who are wanting to know, you would go to Sylvester, Georgia. But we're not going that way. We're going to go this way. Where am I going to go? I guess the road's going to let us know. But I mapped out a little route, some little towns along the way. Don't know how much is there. I don't think there's much. I hope there's not. I want it to be nice and quiet. You know, it's funny, as I was riding along, I couldn't help but think about a song by the Indigo Girls. I know you're going to think, Indigo Girls? Coach, what is that all about? There's a song called Southland in the Springtime, and although I know I'm not in the spring, I'm in the beginnings or the rumblings of fall, it has that feel in the air, even though it's hot. It's, it got up to 90 there just south of Thomasville. The further north I get, the more I'm starting to feel just a little bit. It's not a lot. It's only 86 now. It came down, 4 degrees since then. But I feel it. I feel it in the wind, and it feels great. A song by the Indigo Girls. There's something about the Southland in the springtime, where the waters flow with confidence and reason. There's a line in there where she says that the farmland is stitched together, and the smoke from the chimneys meets its maker in the sky. It's beautiful. That's what I see when I look. When I look out, I could have written that if I was smarter and, had a sense of literature. But it describes my feelings of my home, and that's where I am. This is my home. South Georgia is my home. I was born and raised here, and I love it here. And chances are I'll die and be buried here. And that's good. I love it. The people here greet you with not good morning, just morning. And they're as sweet as the tea. And the only difference they have, as far as the sweetness of the tea, they're warm. And our tea down here is always iced. So there is no warm tea down here. You might be able to find some or make you some, but in the deep southern corners, it is just iced sweet tea. It's very refreshing, where things are simple and people are polite. And that is my quest, to go somewhere where it's simple, polite, and old, like me. Stick around and you're going to experience all of that. I guarantee it. It's going to be a wonderful trip. We're 45 minutes into a 2-hour and 15-minute ride. Man, it is getting sweeter every mile. Nice long sidewalk. Coach Vic would like that for her afternoon push. She could do a long, long walk on that one. Thing just goes on and on and on. So about a mile back, I passed a fruit stand on the side of the road. Now, it wasn't a farmer's market. It was just like a guy, a farmer who, and I say fruit stand, it can be vegetables, it can be fruit, it can even be meats, it could be anything. And you'll have these guys, they barter and trade and sell these things, and you get a good deal on it. It's fresh. It's funny, my deceased wife, her grandfather did that. It was for years and years and years. That's how he paid for us. That's how he paid his house off after he retired. He ran a little stand. His name was Elisha. And the old stand, man, it looked all rickety. Every time you walk under it, you think it's going to fall on your head, but it never did. And everybody knew who he was, and they would know that, on this time of the year he's going to have honey. On this time of the year he's going to have peaches, that sort of thing. And so they would make a special trip just to go see him, to buy that fresh produce. I'm glad to see that part of our culture is still sticking around. Like they say, it might be dangling by a few old threads, but it's still here. We are in the big city of Camilla. In fact, we've been in Camilla a couple of minutes. It's kind of nice. They got them some new police cars, looking good, man. You know, a lot of these towns are just, man, I tell you, they're really struggling to hang on. You know, you see like the CVS there or Walgreens, whatever it was, it's shut down, man. It is done. It's toast. Pizza Hut's doing pretty good. Looks like they got a bunch of folks there. There's another police car, man. They got police everywhere. Now this road cuts over back across to Sylvester, Georgia. But the economy in these little towns, I mean, it's very fragile. You know, the towns have always done well with agriculture and that sort of stuff. But there's always this weird balance. You see them there. They're always 1 minute from a boom or a bust. It's always is that way. And depending on who you ask, you might get some varying stories. Nice little runoff pond from all of that land out there, all those crops. Big Slough Creek. All right, well, welcome to beautiful Americus, Georgia. There's the Americus city limit sign right there. Perfect timing, huh? You know, it's funny. I had a buddy of mine yesterday. We had a swim meet. He was asking me, so where in the world? What'd you do? Just throw a dart at a map? End up in Americus, Georgia? What's up with that? There ain't nothing there, man. Let me tell you, the last time I was in Americus was, gosh, I was in my mid-20s, and I was playing a gig over here, and it was a great little town then. It was beautiful, and wow, I don't know how close those birds look to you, but man, that was cool. I could see the coloring of their feathers. But this town has a lot of just old Georgia charm to it. It's really, really a sweet little town. And I had heard of this hotel up here, the Windsor, and it's really somewhat famous. We'll talk about all that in just a little while, but I want you to see it as I'm pulling up. So we're less than a mile. So yeah, we're moving right along. All right, so now we're on Lamar Street. It's going to be up here about a half mile on the left. They did a huge renovation on this thing like back in the 90s. It was somewhat, we'll say, kind of falling down. There's the Sumter County Courthouse. Big, beautiful red brick building. Glass blowing studios. This is an artsy town. You know, it was an artsy town then. It's still an artsy town. We'll recognize it when we pull up. Here's the downtown. Typical South Georgia downtown. Very, very old looking, but clean and really held together. Now, I'm here a little bit early, so I don't think I'll be able to check in yet, but if I can, I will. If not, we'll grab a camera. We'll do a little walk around downtown. We'll talk. It's beautiful. It's exactly like I remember it. I mean, it just really, it's timeless down here. This is rush hour too, y'all, just to let you know. I see it up here on the left. So you'll see the round castle look to it. It was 5 stories tall overall. There it is. That's the beautiful Windsor right there. We're going to turn here. We're just going to look. That's it. That's where I'm staying tonight. I wanted to get that side view. What we're going to do, we're going to run around we're going to go back around. But the architecture on this thing is absolutely stellar. Man, look at that thing. That's enormous, isn't it? That is so cool. I want to say the original building, it was less than $100,000. That just makes no sense, does it? But I guess considering it was over 100 years ago, maybe that was a lot back then. There's the entrance here on the front. We're just going to park right here behind the beautiful Americus policeman. Yep, hopefully nobody runs into us. It's always a problem with parking. All right. Let's see if we can check into this place. Wow, look at that. Is that crazy? Yeah, it's old. Look at that weathered brick. That is absolutely crazy beautiful. Wow. That's nuts. So the Windsor Hotel in Americus, Georgia. Man, what an absolutely crazy, beautiful place. They broke ground and started erecting the Windsor in September of 1890, and its grand opening was June 16th, 1892. So to say that this beauty's been around a while would be an understatement. As you can tell from the exterior, it is Victorian style. It's got towers, balconies, a 3-story open atrium in the lobby. The lobby is absolutely beautiful. The area rug in this thing is so big, it's hard to even fathom. I can't imagine what that thing would weigh. It has to weigh 1,000 pounds. So in the 1970s, this place was falling down, and they ended up closing it down. Really, really sad thing, but it ended up opening back up. So what they did, they started a Windsor Development Corporation in 1986. Restoration began in 1990, and the hotel reopened on September 20th of 1991. All of the wood in the lobby is golden oak. It's darkened considerably with its 100-year-old age. To restore the original color, the wood was cleaned with acetone, rubbed with tung oil. Just amazing care was taken. The 2 chandeliers that you'll see in the atrium, they're not the originals, but they are from the year it was built. That big area floor rug I was talking about was handmade in Thailand. You know, Franklin D. Roosevelt ended up staying here for a while. President Jimmy Carter and his wife Rosalind have stayed here. They celebrated his 75th birthday here. A lot of celebrities joined the celebration. Old folks like us will definitely remember the Pat Boones, Rosie Greer, the McGuire sisters, that sort of thing. There's also a private bridal suite that has its own stairwell. It's rumored that John Dillinger and Al Capone spent the night there and had a guard posted at the base of those stairwells. Originally, the hotel had 100 rooms. Now it has 53 period-style rooms and suites. They all have 12-foot ceilings with ceiling fans. They are really, really nice. The doors are milled from the original floor joists that were pulled out during restoration. Each room has its own air conditioning unit, and I can tell you they work great. The executive suites are 2-bedroom suites. The 3rd floor executive suite was named for Jessica Tandy, with a connecting room that was named for Hume Cronin. As you'll see, there is also a ladies' tea room. It's the Rosalind Carter Tea Room. Very, very beautiful. There are some great restaurants here. Rosemary and Thyme Restaurant is on the grounds. It's on the 2nd floor. I ate there. The food was great. You're going to be seeing part of that either later in this video or probably in next week's video, but it is absolutely 5-star. Floyd's Pub, a little neighborhood pub. It's also on the 2nd floor on the front of the building. This pub was named after a famous bellhop that was there. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Really cool story. You have the Roosevelt Boardroom, the Lindbergh Private Dining Room, the Dayton Room, the Tea Parlor, like I mentioned earlier. It really is a beautiful, beautiful facility here. You need to come see this place. So let's talk a little bit about Floyd's Pub. Where did it get the name? Well, there was a guy named Floyd Lowry. He was born in 1903. He worked at a bellhop at the Windsor Hotel for decades. He died in 1982, and they say that his spirit still lingers there. Pretty cool, huh? During the renovations, his belongings were found in a sealed-off hotel area, which, just perpetuated the legend even more. Some say that they see his figure near the service stairwell, and they hear faint bellhop calls. Another ghost legend is the legend of a housekeeper there named Emily May and her young daughter. Apparently, Emily May had had an affair with a local politician back in the early 1900s, and during a heated argument, Emily's lover pushed her and her child down an empty elevator shaft from the 3rd floor. She and Emma fell 3 stories hand in hand to their death. People say they hear a child's laughter in the hallways and they feel a gentle touch. And some say they just linger more on the 3rd floor near where the old elevator was. There are ghost tours at the Windsor, another thing you might be interested in. So the Windsor Hotel, it's fueled by legend and lore. It's mysterious. Its lighting dim. Its facade beautiful. There's absolutely nothing that I would change. If you ever get a chance to stay at the Windsor in Americus, Georgia, you need to pack your bags and go stay. It's not that expensive, and it is absolutely stellar. I'm just going to officially go on record as saying this place is absolutely magnificent. Now, because I booked at the last minute, I'm more of an interior room, and so I'm looking at an alleyway, which is not a problem, but you can, if you book earlier, you can get the exterior rooms. You might have a little bit better view. Prices don't really go up, but man, is it beautiful. This place is just outrageous. Man, if walls could talk, I bet they could tell you a story, huh? Well, be sure and check the video out next week. We're going to be hanging out at the Rosemary and Thyme restaurant with a wonderful server named Savannah. We're going to walk through the streets of beautiful Americus and look at some old houses. And then we're going to make a wonderful ride on the Can-Am Spyder back to Tallahassee, Florida. All right. Well, do me a favor until next time. I want you, yes you, go out by the motorcycle of your dreams. Eat right. Take care of yourself. And remember, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. And I'll see you on the road real soon.